What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you guys how to build an arena bot for Marvel Contest of Champions. And we're going to jump right into it. And all we need is 2 free programs that we can get on the Play Store. This works for Android. I'm sure it works for iOS. I don't have an Apple phone. I can't test it and I don't know what programs to use. But anyway, we're going to go into the Play Store and we're going to install 2 programs. These are like automated task programs. They automate clicks and swipes for you. And the first program we're going to install is called Auto Clicker. And you could auto install that. Like I said, it's free. You don't need the paid version. And then we're going to go and get ClickMate. And you can also install that right there. Let's wait for these to install a little bit. And you can minimize the Play Store. Go into your apps, and you could open Auto Clicker. First time you open it up, it's going to ask you for accessibility settings. You can enable these accessibility settings, Auto Clicker enable. Go back into apps, click ClickMate. Same thing with ClickMate. When you first open it up, it's going to ask you to enable accessibility services. Scroll all the way down, look for ClickMate, enable that. And you can skip this tutorial, and you're going to want to click on record mode. That's going to bring up this little overlay control panel that you can move anywhere on the screen. It's going to be on top of everything else. And we can minimize that. And now we can open up Auto Clicker. And when you first open up Auto Clicker, you're going to want to click Common Settings. And you're going to want to make these little overlay drops as small as you can, and the control panel as small as you can. See, now, when we open up Auto Clicker, we're going to be able to press this little plus button right here, and it's going to bring up one of these dots. And then we can press the plus button again and bring up more of these dots. These are the dots that we're going to be able to move around, and when we press play, they're going to just automatically click, like if we were touching the screen. So let's get out of that, click through this advertisement. And we're going to want to enable multi-target mode. That's going to bring up another little overlay that you can move wherever you want by pressing this little directional key. And we can back out of that. For this purposes of this video, I'm going to show you my gallery where I took a couple screenshots of where we're going to be putting those dots when we finally open up Auto Clicker. So if you notice, I've got dots 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now the numbers on the dots don't matter, but just the placement of the dots matter. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 where 3 is or 3 where 1 goes. It doesn't matter. They're just numbered, and you don't have to worry about the numbers. What you do have to worry about is getting them in the exact spots of where they're supposed to go. Number 2 right here clicks the Find Match button, and it's also your SP1, SP2 button, your special button. This number little 3 here, sorry if I'm out of camera, is going to hit your next fight button when you win, and number 1 is going to hit your next fight button when you lose. Number 4 is the continue button in the next couple of screens, and it's very important that you get it in that spot right there. Otherwise, it's going to be clicking in the wrong spots through the other menus. It's a very tight area that you have to get it into. But it's not going to be a problem though. So you're going to want to hit it right there at the little edge of that continue. Accept, continue. Next fight when you lose, the continue button. Next series, next fight for when you win. So it's very important that it goes right here so that when you're in this screen, it doesn't click on these champs and start taking you other menus that you don't want to go into. So I'm going to X out of that. with my overlay still on the screen, I'm going to go into Marvel, and we're going to start building the bot. Now I've got my overlay over here. I'm going to probably bring it down just a little bit. I'm going to move this overlay over here, and we're just going to go right into an arena. We're going to look for an empty arena. Okay, this is where we start building the bot. You're going to want to press the plus button and bring up 4 dots, 1 dot, and they're hard to see and they're a little hard to move because they're so small. But you can put the first dot right here in the middle of both of these champs. And you could press the plus button again, and you could take this dot and bring it right into the middle of these champs right here. I'm going to hit the plus button again, and I'll bring this button over here. This has to hit the SP special button and the find match button. So its placement is kind of crucial also. And for the last dot, like I said, this number little 4 right here, it's got to go into this corner right below vision right there. And we're going to test out right now to see if it clicks on vision by accident. So press the plus, the play button. And it doesn't seem like it's doing anything right now, but if this button was in the wrong place, when I press this button, it's going to accidentally click vision. That's how you know it's working. So let's X out of that. Let's pause that. Get out of this vision screen. And bring this dot back down just a little bit lower over here. And press play again. It's not hitting vision, which is good. Now I'm going to go back into my gallery and see if my placement is correct with my screenshots. You guys can take screenshots of your own screen and matching them up. So my buttons are kind of in the right spot. Let me move number 4 a little bit better. Number 2 is okay. Move that, and that seems like it's all right. I've done this a couple times, so I kind of know where the placements are already. Let's go back into Marvel with my dots in the right spots. Let me just press play again, make sure they're not hitting anything. Okay, that number 4 is not hitting vision, good. And this is when we're going to start building the bot. Now that we have these placements done, every time I press play, these are going to start clicking auto clicks. So it's going to hit menu buttons like the next fight, and the next fight, next fight, next fight, and the continue screen. And they're also going to act as punches and kicks when there's no menus up. So when you're fighting, these buttons are going to be clicking, and they're also going to be punching and kicking. So what we're going to do first is, now that we have our little overlay dots with auto clicker, we're going to start using ClickMate. So what you're going to want to do on ClickMate is you're going to want to press record when we're ready. Press record, and then we're going to want to select one chant, bring it over, press play and then pause for kicks and menus. Select your next chant, bring him over, press play and then pause for punches, kicks and menus, and then select your next chant. After you select your next chant, this is going to turn green. When you press play, it's going to automatically select this. Don't press pause yet. We're going to go through the next 2 menus, then we're going to press pause, then we're going to stop, and then the arena bot's going to be done. So sometimes this program's a little laggy. If you press record and you mess up a little bit, don't worry about it. Just stop and press record again, because the program's a little laggy and sometimes you might have to do it a couple times. So let's start off right here. I'm going to press record. It's going to give me this little screen. I'm going to press do not show again. And it's going to start recording. I'm going to select one chant, pause, play and then pause. Select the next chant, play and then pause. Select the next chant, play and then pause. So after it's done, you could press pause again, stop it, and the arena bot is built. You could pause this for a second. Click on options on ClickMate. Click options. Save as. Anything you like. I'll name mine bot. Click done. Save. Then you're gonna want to go down to settings right here, repeat count, and you're gonna want to put that a 0 there for infinity, because you're gonna want to repeat this as many times as possible. So I put a 0 for infinity. Set, and you can close out auto clicker because we don't need that anymore. Everything has been saved inside ClickMate. So let's go back into Marvel. And to test this out, you resume, press play, and your champ should start moving around a little bit and auto fighting. Now, right now the bot is done. You're going to want to go through the next 3 fights and make sure that you get back to the screen selection, the champ selection screen, and make sure that it auto selects your champs and then clicks through the menus again. If you run through all 3 of these fights and you get back to the champ selection screen and it auto selects champs, you're done. If it does not auto select champs, then probably your number 4 is in not the right spot, and you might have to adjust number 4. Alternately, you might have better spots for any of the other little nodes to put down in any of the little spots. So you might do it a little faster than I did it. I did it really slow, and I tried to show you exactly what to do. But you might be able to do it faster, and it might be a little bit smoother for you. Your auto fight might be a little faster, and your champ might not stand around as much. But for all intents and purposes, this is about as best as it gets. Now, it's not the smartest bot, as you can see. It's definitely going to lose your streak. You're not going to go on a 15, 16 streak right there. You're not going to win any champs in the arena. That's not what this is for. This is just a practical bot that you can set and forget, leave it around, do a couple of arena matches, and come back to it. It doesn't have any options. It's not as good as ZBot. It's not as good as Botler, but you don't have to pay $10 a month to ZBot. You don't have to pay $15 a month to Botler. And as far as I can tell, it's undetectable, since you don't have to use Nox, you don't have to use a PC, you don't have to use BlueStacks. It's just a top program running on top, which I don't think Kabam can detect. Use at your own risk. I don't guarantee that you can't get banned and it's undetectable. I believe it's undetectable. There we go, clicking through another screen. Alright, last fight. This is where you're going to want to see if it goes back into the selection screen and auto selects all 3 champs for you. And there you go. It's selecting all 3 champs for you. And depending on how fast you did it when recording the initial macro, is as fast as it'll select champs and as fast as it'll kick and punch. So there you go. Fully automated, fully working arena bot for Marvel Contest of Champions. No PC, no Nox, no BlueStacks, no ZBot, no Botler, no subscription charge every month. There you go, guys. Have fun.